Thank you. Go ahead, Kyle.
Thank you so much. Hello, everybody, and welcome to EBS Presents Advanced Inventory. Today, we're going to be speaking about all of the things that Advanced Inventory has to offer. You may be wondering if the Platinum Edition is something that is right for a company like yours. Today, we're going to be talking more in depth about the different features that it comes with, how they work, and kind of what they look like in QuickBooks. So this is our agenda, and we'll go ahead and we'll get started. So our very first feature is going to be the multiple inventory locations. This is something that we would want to use if we have maybe a warehouse in one place and we have another warehouse in another place and we need to store our inventory separately, or maybe even we have a company vehicle that we sell product out of or that we use product out of, and we need to set that up as its own location. That way we can track what our techs are using or what our service people are using out on jobs. So we're going to go and we're going to take a look at it. So if we bring up QuickBooks, and then to access all of the features that we're going to be speaking about today, they're going to be under Edit, Preferences, and then it'll be under the Items and Inventory preference, and then it'll be under Company Preferences. Now, like with most things, when we're editing the company preferences, QuickBooks does need to be in single user mode, and we do need to be logged in as the admin typically. Next, we can go down and we see this button here that says Advanced Inventory Settings. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to bring open a window and it's going to display all of our different advanced inventory options that we have currently available to us. So again, the first site or the first feature is going to be the multiple inventory locations. Typically, whenever we first come in here, it'll be turned off. So if we turn it off like so, this is how it'll look. Whenever we want to enable it, we can simply check the box, and then we get a couple other features that activate below it. So the first one, warn about duplicate inventory transfer numbers. So if we're transferring inventory from one location to another location, if we select this, it'll simply just warn us if we used maybe we used number 32 and then we go to use 32 again, the screen will pop up, it'll warn us, hey, we've already used this, are we sure we want to do this? We can either select yes or no. It's not a hard stop, it's more of just a warning to let us know. The next one, when a transaction would cause inventory to go negative. Now, as I'm sure we're all aware, QuickBooks doesn't handle negative inventory very well. So what we can do is we can set this to either warn us so that whenever we sell something from a site location that would cause it to go negative, we can either set it to warn us or to completely block the transaction so that we wouldn't be able to sell out of that location until the inventory comes back positive. And then the last one, if we do track bin locations, sites, row, shelf, or bin, we can turn this on and then we can get pretty granular with where our items are within our warehouse. So we can turn that on here, and then if we hit OK, and if we close out of here, once we turn on that, we get inventory up at the top in the ribbon, and then we can come down to transfer inventory. So again, this is the inventory setting that we were speaking about earlier. So we can choose the date that we did the transfer. This is the reference number. So again, if we were to use a duplicate, we would be warned. And then this is where we would be transferring inventory from and to. So again, if we had a warehouse and we needed to track it to a different warehouse, or I'm sorry, if we need to transfer it to a different warehouse, we can simply click the button, hit warehouse 2. And then essentially what we'll be doing is moving inventory from warehouse 1 to warehouse 2. And if we had a vehicle or something set up, this is how we would do that as well. So we can just add items here. We can add a widget. We can add a couple. And then we can also, if we were doing a lot of inventory, we can click on this in the background. This is find and select items. We get a new window. We can search here for the item, or we can come through and we can check everything that we want and just hit add selected items. It says we've already added one item to this, so we're just going to select yes. It'll go ahead and re-add it again. Then we can simply just say our quantity to transfer from our quantity on hand, and we would just